Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wait, What? Why? A podcast that ponders the things that we do every day. Thank you so much for joining us today as we dive back into the world of superstitions. If you haven't listened to episode 1 already, you might want to take a second to do that as we started talking about where the term jinx came from and some other various superstitions that we do reference to in episode 2. So if you haven't listened to that, you might want to take a second to do that and then join us here for our second episode. I'm Nicole Gallagher, and this is my husband.
Hi, my name's Dennis Gallagher.
And we are going to continue our discussion with superstitions today, but first, how you doing, hon?
I'm doing all right. A little stressed out. Trying to get a big purchase I'm trying to make. Big business move this week. Hopefully it works out. Doing fine. Feel good. Physically feel good. Stress. Normal stress, right?
Yeah.
Just want to succeed. Do better. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, no, you can't answer just a little bit. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's summer vacation, so
we get to sleep in a little later than usual.
Sleeping in, and that's it. Driving our youngest daughter to work.
Yes,
and
it's all about
doing
Hannah.
classwork and figuring out this podcasting thing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Good.
After our last episode about superstitions, we talked a lot about knocking on wood and where the word jinx came from. And then I started thinking about things that I witnessed growing up in my own family. And so I was talking about this the other day when we were walking the dog. But so one of the things that I remember other than knocking on wood is that my mother was super superstitious about her purse or pocketbook not being put on the table. If you put her purse or pocketbook on the table, it meant it would bring her bad luck, which was kind of annoying as a kid because she always put it in the chair. And if you wanted to sit, anyone wanted to sit in that chair, they'd have to move the pocketbook, but you couldn't put it on the table. So you had to hang it on the edge of the chair or put it in this other random place. It couldn't go on the table. So,
what was the bad luck? Was she going to lose money or just trip and fall bad luck? Or what was the... What was the superstition about?
It was just bad luck.
Because I just wonder about the purse and the significance of the purse. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it had any. It just was bad luck.
Yeah.
But good luck, she also believed that if you were pooped on by a bird...
That's happened to me.
That meant good luck.
Yeah. Well, I've been pretty lucky. Not that day. Or
You've been
maybe.
Pooped on?
Oh, I got pooped on at Sullivan Square. I was working down there. Yeah, a bird pooped on me one day. I had a raincoat on, fortunately, but there's about 1 million pigeons on underneath the bus station and next to the trains, and they pooped all over my equipment. But yeah, they finally got me that day. Good one too. Yeah. On the prism I was using, I had to clean all my equipment off. It was great.
Didn't one of our daughters just get pooped on?
Yeah, one of them did. Cameron, I think, got pooped on in the hot tub. She was in the hot tub of all places, right? She's out in the hot tub in her backyard, living high in the hog, and one of our active birds, we have a lot of birds, pooped on her, yeah.
And then she also stepped in dog poop.
That's right, this is exactly the same time, or right afterwards, yes.
She should have super good luck.
Yeah, well, we told her the bird was good luck, but the dog poop, no one thinks that's good luck.
No.
It's not.
We should follow up, though, and see how the rest of her day went. She got a really big tip at work or something.
I hope so.
Oh, that's funny. Other things growing up, my mother was a huge bingo fan in the early days. That's graduated to casinos now, but in the early days, bingo. And when I was old enough to finally go to bingo with her, they are the most superstitious people. I think even more so than sports.
Oh, they put the cards in certain places, and all the dollars are going to be just so.
Yes.
And yeah.
And they have those little troll dolls, or some people wear the same lucky socks or the same sweater, or have to have something draped over their chair, or what else?
The lucky Afghan, like the lucky Afghan
yes.
over the chair.
Or the same seat. They're wicked strict about
having the lucky seats or whatever.
Having their same seat. And if you, and this, in case everyone listening has never been to bingo, here is a little tip for you. If you ever go to bingo for your first time, never yell bingo unless you're absolutely sure you have a bingo.
That's like a cardinal sin, right?
You'll get booed.
Yeah,
they will boo you. They will yell at you and they'll boo you. Now, I don't know if it's different.
Did you get booed?
No, but I've witnessed it. I would always have my mother check my cards. I'm like, can you check my cards?
Double check this real
Double
quick.
check. I've never actually gotten a bingo.
The only time I've ever been to bingo was aboard a cruise ship, and it was just because the pot was so big and everyone was there. So
no, I've never gotten bingo, but they will boo you, and it's kind of like a little witchcraft trial-y kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know if it was Massachusetts, so
a bit aggressive, a little more aggressive than we are here in New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yes.
What about you?
I don't remember growing up with a lot of superstitions, and you and I had talked about this before the show. I just don't really recall a lot of my family being superstitious. I did, however, come from a pretty Catholic family on my father's side, and I don't know if superstitions is the right thing, but like I would get holy water thrown on me during thunderstorms, and I guess
who?
that's by my grandmother. Yeah, my father's mother. Yeah,
Really?
Was
she
my
afraid
Grammy. Oh, there was
thunderstorms?
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she blessed us a lot. You know what I mean? She had the rosary a lot. So again, I don't know that that's superstitions necessarily. Being very, very religious. I don't particularly recall a lot of superstitions. And again, the ones that I would probably relate to sports, because my dad was a big sports guy, and I remember him liking football and boxing a lot and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I got into sports. But no, I don't really recall any, unfortunately.
Well, no disrespect to Grammy, but
She'd throw water on you too.
No,
you can disrespect her. She'd forgive.
I'm not
That's
being
what Catholics do.
disrespectful.
She'd throw water right on you too.
I'm not being disrespectful, but can a regular person bless somebody else?
Well, we were her grandkids, so I don't know. There was something Mama Bear territorial about it.
I feel like you have to be
I don't know that she just blessed everybody.
Ordained.
I don't know. We were in Florida, and there were some scary thunderstorms, scary storms, lightning storms, and yeah, I can remember distinctly that.
I'm also not a very religious person, and I wasn't raised Catholic, but can you just purchase holy water?
Right. Okay, so we're all over the place. So her brother, I believe, was Father Frank. He was my dad's Uncle Frank, and he had been a Catholic priest forever. I also had my dad had a bunch of cousins and aunts that all had been nuns. So yeah, my grandmother definitely had access to holy water. So
he would just slip her some holy water and
probably,
she'd throw it in the
probably.
grandkids.
I was way too young to know how the transaction transpired.
Oh, I kind of love that, actually.
Yeah, well, I never really thought of it that way, but she had access, yeah. She knew somebody.
Another, that's funny. Mm-hmm. Another funny anecdote I have, which I found, well, it wasn't funny at the time, but now as I look back on it, it was pretty funny. And I'm not even my childhood. About a month ago, I hurt my back. And our youngest daughter was away at school, and I was talking to her, and I told her I was in like a little brace. I had sprained a joint in my back, and she was like, I stepped on a crack.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
That's a good example, too.
And that was just...
Now, that I remember from being a kid, of course. But
step on a crack, you break your mother's back.
Oh, yeah. You'd hop right across them from sidewalk. It'd be
or
awkward
if you're
walking.
angry, you stomp on them.
Ooh, I never did that. That's horrible. Jeez. Maybe Hannah stomped on one.
Also
Maybe that's
did
what she meant, is she stomped on a crack and you hurt your back.
But I found that funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny when you hurt your back.
No, that was terrible.
But if Hannah caused it, that's kind of funny.
I feel better now.
Hannah might have caused it.
She might have.
I'm down with that.
It didn't surprise me. All right. So, is that it? Shall we move on to...
We can move on whenever you want. You're steering the bus.
Okay. So I thought we could start off today talking about walking under a ladder as a superstition. Now, you had said in our first episode that never bothered you.
No,
you'd walk under ladders all the time.
Something about that didn't bother me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's being around job sites. I don't know why I look at that one differently. If I put the ladder up against the house and I know it's sturdy, then I can't see how it's superstitious to walk under it. If someone's on it and they have paint in their hands, don't walk on it.
No, it's more of like a safety concern. That's kind of how I always looked at it.
Ladders don't just jump off the side of buildings.
No,
though.
but
I've
you
never
don't
seen
want to
one do
bump
that.
it or...
It's true. Okay, I get it. So I'm just telling you, that's one I
something
always
to
viewed a
fall
little bit
on
differently.
you,
Yeah.
right?
You have to have somewhat of an engineering brain, or I think of things, logically also. Oh, is knocking on wood logical? I guess maybe I'm really
I don't think superstitions are
logical in general.
In general.
Yeah, I don't know why the ladder one doesn't make sense to me, but Or doesn't, I wouldn't break, a mirror. So, but it's something about a ladder, I'm good with it.
All right. So, do you want to hear about the origin of the bad luck
Teach.
of walking under ladders?
Go ahead,
All
teach
right.
us.
So, of course, it comes back to religion. So, Father Frank might know this.
I probably did, right?
One explanation regarding ladders and bad luck comes from Christians who believe in the Holy Trinity, which is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. If you're not religious, that's the Holy Trinity. This belief made the number 3 sacred in early times, and along with it, the triangle. So a ladder leaning up against a wall forms the shape of a triangle, and walking through it would be seen as breaking the Trinity, a crime seen as blasphemous, as well as potentially attracting the devil.
See, now I look at it 100% different. I didn't realize I was breaking a triangle. No, I won't do it again. That made no sense.
It's funny because when I was researching why it's bad luck to walk under a ladder, one of the sources was...
Said the Holy Trinity?
No, it was an actual ladder company. Like, they sold ladders, and it was like, wow, how is it bad luck? And they gave a little history. It was pretty funny. And then it's like, well, if you want a good ladder so you know you're safe, then buy our ladders. It was like a little sales pitch.
Nice twist.
It's pretty funny.
Good for them.
This I thought was kind of interesting. In medieval times, ladders were thought to resemble gallows, where people went to be hung. So when you walked under a ladder, it was believed that you would then face death by hanging.
That's a stretch.
Yes.
That's a stretch.
It was also speculated that the spirit of those killed was trapped in triangle-like shapes that were created by the ladder. So
also a stretch, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're stretching. Although there's the triangle. There's that common triangle.
I'm trying to picture...
I surveyed for years, and the triangle is like the primary form. I didn't realize I was in danger of breaking it.
Now, I haven't seen many gallows other than movies, but what I can conjure in my mind, it doesn't look like a triangle. It doesn't look like a ladder to me.
Yeah, no, I don't get that either.
Right? I picture a stage.
Unless it was laying between 2 pieces of staging and it gave you a bunch of rungs to hang people from.
Well, don't you picture, I picture a stage with parallel
they'd
upright
have a big
posts.
they'd have a big board or a big plank going across, but you could use a ladder just the same and tie them to the rungs of the ladder.
Oh, but still, that's not a triangle shape.
No, and then it said, read it again. It
says ladders were thought to resemble gallows.
Right. I think it means the ladder, like the latitude way, not the triangular way. I think it's this. Oh. If you put it like this,
like the rungs,
you could hang people from the rungs, I think.
Is that what a gallows looked like?
I don't know. Again, we haven't seen too many.
Well, now I need to look it up.
You going to Google a gallow?
I will Google a gallow right now.
We're Googling gallow.
That's a tongue
Bear with
twister.
us while we Google gallow. And we'll get faster at our gallow Googles.
All right. So this is exactly how I would picture it, and I don't think it resembles a ladder at all.
All right. Well, you know what?
You know what? So
back then, whoever was making that assumption or interpretation, that's what they thought.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, well, there's been bullshit through time, here and there.
So anyway, and also I find it hard to believe that ghosts would be trapped in triangle-shaped shadows.
What did just curious, what do the Egyptians think? The ancient Egyptians.
Funny you should ask.
Huh. You don't have, right off the tip of your tongue you have that, huh?
Ancient Egypt, pyramids were considered sacred and very powerful, as we know. And a ladder leaning up against a wall or a freestanding one created a triangle pyramid-like shape. So when walking under the ladder, you broke the power produced by the sacred pyramid, creating lousy luck.
Lousy luck for breaking the triangle. Okay.
That's similar to the,
well, lousy luck's better than hanging.
Well, no, but it's similar to the breaking the Holy Trinity.
Yes, and the triangle was common in all 3 of those, actually.
So you will be happy to know that there are ways you can undo the curse or the bad luck if you walk under. You can reverse the curse.
Well, that's what they did. The Red Sox reversed the curse, right? I want to reverse the curse. Yeah.
So there is a book, in case anyone's interested in reading it. It's called The Encyclopedia of Superstitions. Interesting. Written by Richard Webster, sorry.
Is that the same guy who wrote all the dictionaries?
No, different guy. What is the Webster Dictionary guy's name?
Webster encyclopedias of dictionaries.
Well, what's the Webster Dictionary's first name?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to have to Google that, too.
Okay, who made the Webster Dictionary?
What is his first name?
You would think that would come up on the top of the Google search, but it doesn't.
Oh, Noah.
Noah. Noah's a fine name.
Now, see, we just learned something without the intent of learning it. Noah Webster wrote the dictionaries.
And we're sharing that.
Yes.
We're sharing that. I mean, we're a vessel at this point, but for everyone's learning.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And Richard Webster wrote the Encyclopedia of Superstitions. So if you walk under a ladder, you have bad luck. I haven't found anything in my research to say how long that bad luck lasts for. Every time, and this might just be me, but when I think of like something happening where you have bad luck, it's like for that day until you go to sleep, because when you wake up, you restart your day.
I always think 40 days and 40 nights.
Stop it.
It's always Noah's floods. The floods
What does
is
that
what
have to...
It's always 40 days and 40 nights for me. I don't know. Yours is less than a day. What does that have to do with anything?
Why do you relate it to Noah's
I don't
floods?
know.
Because Noah had bad luck.
I don't know.
He had good luck. He built the
just
ark.
telling you where I go with it. He
So,
did have good
if
luck,
you-
but the rest of the world didn't. We're going to celebrate the one guy who got all the animals together. Yay, but there was a whole lot of other people that, didn't see the sign. Took a big drink that day.
So, I
don't know why I always think 40 days and 40
I never
nights.
realized you had so much religious background to your beliefs.
I didn't realize I did either, but
I just feel
apparently
like
I do.
you go to bed and you wake up and it's a new day.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless it's a mirror, then it's 7 years.
No, 7 years for a mirror, but other than that, 40 days and 40 nights.
That's so funny. I don't know why. All right.
Well, because it's not written down anywhere, so you're going to come up with your own interpretation, right?
Yes. But why?
So that's mine.
All right.
You got one day of bad luck.
So
I mean, if
everyone
you
else...
got one day of bad luck, you could just stay in your room for the day. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Oh, that's not true.
As long as you don't venture out, like past the bathroom.
No, bad things could happen.
In your room?
Yes.
Oh.
You could be... A ceiling fan could fall on you.
Turn the ceiling fan off.
You could trip over a cord and break your ankle.
I don't know what type of room you live in.
I had a thought and it's gone. Now I don't remember.
That's unfortunate.
This was my thought.
There it is.
I was going to ask the listeners what you think and to let us know if you are superstitious and like, I don't know, a black cat walks across your path. How long are you stuck with bad luck?
I'd be interested to know.
And what do you do for 40 days and 40 nights? You just
you ride it out. You're rolling the dice. I mean,
Oh
you
my
got to
gosh.
deal with the bad luck when it comes, right?
I should have Googled this. I'm very
See, now I'm
curious.
second guessing that. Maybe 40 days and 40 nights is too long.
I feel like you'd forget about it after a couple of
I
days.
don't know. If you had bad luck.
Well, unless bad luck kept occurring, then you could attribute it to that, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's less. I hope you're right.
Well, you can undo it. I don't know what the time is exactly.
I want to know.
Someone will let us know. Someone is going to reach out to us at, what's our email?
I don't know.
waitwhatwhypod@gmail.com.
waitwhatwhypod@gmail.com.
All lowercase, all one word. So let us know what you think. So anyway,
Only nice things though. Don't this is we don't want to hear any negativity.
no belly
No
aching,
positive
please.
vibes. Positive vibes. You'll have bad luck.
There are. I like that.
Right?
Good
Right?
spin.
I'll jinx them.
There are 5 remedies to undoing walking under a ladder. Now, this does not go for all things that bring bad luck, just walking under a ladder.
Yep.
So, according to Richard Webster, you can make a wish while you're walking under the ladder.
That's an easy one.
That is very easy. You could walk backwards under the ladder,
Like you realized at the last minute that you did it, and you
That
just
is-
right back up and like undo it.
literally reversing the
Walking back
curse.
time, right? Walking back time. Okay. Do you moonwalk back time, or you just walk
I
back
feel
time?
like-
If you moonwalk, you get. Good,
I feel like if anyone
good vibes.
moonwalks at any time, it brings them good karma
vibes, yeah, good
somehow.
vibes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You could put your thumb between your index and middle fingers as you walk under the ladder. However, there was a warning that came along with this, which, because it's also called the fig sign, and depending on where you are in the world, it can be seen as a mildly obscene gesture.
That is interesting. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who just did that, but if you look down at your hand, that looks like familiar somehow, but I don't know what it's supposed to mean. But you don't want to offend anybody either.
Well,
Well,
okay.
inadvertently.
Fig sign. Fig sign meaning...
Yeah, there it is.
It was used since the Roman age in Italy and southern parts of Europe, according to Wikipedia.
Well, if it's on Wiki, it's got to be true, right?
Let's see. So, it's the thumb wedge. I don't know. What does it mean? Let's look. It
What does
says
it mean? It's an insult. First thing that comes up.
it's just a rude gesture, maybe like giving the finger.
Interesting. I think that giving the finger is a whole lot more universal, right? Everybody knows that. I think you go to India, and I've never been to India, but you flip them the bird, and they'll know what you're getting at.
So originally the symbol was for sexual intercourse and therefore an obscene sign.
Oh. Okay. All right. Didn't see that either.
Fun facts.
It's fun facts. We're learning, folks.
All right, so
So don't do that.
no, don't
unless
do
you're
the
trying to be
big sign,
obscene. But
you never know
pick
who's
your
around
crowd,
you or
really.
what their cultures are.
Right.
So, so make a wish while you're walking under the ladder. Reverse a curse by walking backwards. Put your thumb between your index and middle fingers as you walk under the ladder.
But be careful who's around.
Exactly. Say bread and butter as you walk under the ladder.
Now that rings a bell too.
I feel
Different,
like
though.
it rings a bell to me, but I can't think of
I can.
why or
If
when.
you were walking together, if you and I were walking together and we were under some sort of a canopy or anything like that, any type of overhang, and there was a post, and I walked by one side of it and you walked by the other side of it, that's when I was a kid we used to say bread and butter. Like you were spreading bread over butter, and that was the butter knife, I guess. That's when I used to say it. You think I'm very weird.
I do.
I
never
I'm
realized.
like seeing this dumbfounded look on your face after 20 years of marriage.
So I was
like,
gonna
what
say,
is?
listeners, we've been together a long time, and I'm learning so much about
Jeez,
husband.
and making me feel like odd too.
So wait,
you
I'm
should look at her
what do
face.
you mean by walking
Bread and
under?
butter.
No, so there's an awning. What do you mean, the posts on either side of the
Say
awning?
you were even in some sort of a parking garage or whatever, and there were columns or posts in, your basement. We used to have, we used to have
lolly
lolly columns in our
columns, yeah.
basement, and if you walk by them at the same, and one guy went one way and one person went the other way, bread and butter. That's it. That's how I remember that.
If you divided your paths,
yeah.
you'd say bread and butter.
Yeah, like the post was the butter knife coming between you and butter on your bread. I don't know what to tell you.
So that's bad
Cheese and crow.
I love that.
It's
That's funny.
crazy.
All right.
I'm getting more insecure by the minute. You wanted a partner in this, right? You're just doing nothing but laughing
I love
at me.
it. Like I said, I'm
know if that's
learning
weird.
so much about you.
Guys, go ahead and send your emails to my lovely wife, Nicole.
Also, yes, please
Yeah.
let us know if that version of bread and butter is something that you do in your life.
Again, only nice things.
All right, and so the final thing to reverse the curse would be, and this is, I think, funny. I think the first half makes sense. The second half is a little weird, but cross your fingers. Normal, cross your fingers, right, as to not jinx yourself. We've talked about that before. But to reverse this curse, you not only cross your fingers, but you have to keep them crossed until you see a dog.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, what if you got nothing but cats around? You walk around with your fingers crossed?
Do you go looking for a dog, or does it have to come naturally?
I might even bring on the 40 days and 40 nights of bad luck. Just uncross them. I'm a rebel.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
That could be like shake and bake. You'd be like
bake,
bread and
that's
butter.
right. Yeah, good movie.
All right, and the other one, which I don't like, it said another talked about remedy is to spit on your shoe.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
But you can't look at your shoe until the spit is dried. Or or you can also spit 3 times between the rungs of a ladder.
Imagine spitting on your shoe and then accidentally stealing a glance at it before it's dry and realizing your curse still, your bad luck still continues.
Yeah, so-
See, now you spit on your shoe and you jumped the gun and looked at it before it was dry and you still got bad luck.
I feel like
that's a crummy
spitting
one.
on your shoe would be bad luck.
It's bad. It's a bad
If
idea.
you go to spit, and you spit on your shoe, that's...
I think you got to go bread and butter every day.
And so, I had brought up this coming from a ladder site, so I just want to throw them a bone. Maybe they'll sponsor us. It's nationalwideladder.com. So nationalwideladder.com had this whole thing about why walking under ladders is bad luck and how to reverse the curse. So I thought I'd share that out with you.
Shout out.
Wow.
Why?
That brings us to the end.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's, right?
All right.
Outro. She's got outro. So that means, we're at the end.
I'm getting fancy. So
keep your email civil. Like I said, apparently I'm on the crazy end of this conversation. So if that's the case, that's fine. I can deal with that. But yeah, keep it civil. Thank
Well, Dennis brings a quirky. I bring a little bit of the crazy, maybe.
you. Interesting.
So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us today. We absolutely appreciate you all. I want to throw out a thank you to Francis, who put together some artwork for our show. It's gorgeous, and I'm super
Check
thankful.
It out. Very cool.
Yes. And as we are approaching fall, one of my all-time favorite seasons, and we'll talk about that later, in our next episode, we'll be talking about Halloween and some of the origins of some of the traditions we practice. Please reach out and share any of your quirkiness, or, tell me if you agree or disagree with some of my husband's. Like, let's just recap how many days you have bad luck for.
40 days, 40 nights.
And when you would say bread and butter.
Yeah, when you walk by posts, something like that, or fence posts.
So reach out with that if you have any information. Or you can also share some of your fall or Halloween traditions, and maybe we can travel back into the Wayback Machine and find out where these traditions came from, or just share some of the cool things that you do during that time of year. So please remember to subscribe, leave a review, and tell a friend.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening. Hope
See you
enjoyed
next time.
Yes, bye-bye.